Hi, everybody. Welcome to Guidance 507. I'm your instructor, Amy Borgi, and I am excited to welcome you to the class. I just want to say that regardless of why you're taking the class or why you're here, you basically have a fresh start with me. I don't know you, and basically, you have the opportunity now to show me whatever you can do. This class is actually an amazing class. It's my favorite course to teach, and I've taught most of the guidance classes that are available. But this is my favorite course because I feel like as an instructor, I have the most to teach you. And I will see the most progress in students like you who are working to, I guess, improve themselves. So this class is not just a class where I'm going to be like, oh, you guys were naughty. Now you're on academic probation, right? Because either you're on academic probation or progress probation, or you're not in the right place. Okay, so if you're not on academic or progress probation, you don't belong in Guidance 507. But if you are on probation for whatever reason, this class is the opportunity for you to get your academic stuff back on track. And you have some time to kind of get yourself together. This class is designed to help you, I guess, do that. But before we get too crazy into like all of that stuff about what the class is about, I do want to go over some really important things that you need to know about Canvas and how to use Canvas for this class. It is a little different than you'll find from other instructors' ways of doing things, and I guess we all have our own way. So it's important that you watch the rest of this video and maybe even take some notes so that way you can make sure you are following the procedures correctly so you can be successful. Okay, so the first thing is that all of your work for the semester is going to be graded based on how well you follow directions. So following directions is actually really important. It's important that you read the instructions because I kind of switch things up from time to time just to make sure you're paying attention. So you think, oh, it's just like last time. It might not be. I like to be kind of, it's not quite like last time, so make sure you read it. That's because I find a lot of students skip over instructions. So we'll see which people actually skip over these directions and which people listen, okay? And you'll find out when you work on your assignments, and we'll see how people do based off of what they listen to in the lecture or not, right? So all of your assignments will also be graded on grammar, spelling, and punctuation because this is college. And so I want you to up your academic game by practicing, good grammar, spelling, and punctuation. I do recommend a program called Grammarly, and that is in the course introduction for this week. It's also at just grammarly.com. So you can go there and download it. It does work on some phones, but most of the time you have to do it on a computer. But you know what? You don't have to use Grammarly. You can also use whatever grammar or spell check you want. Just make sure you use one because I am going to be checking that, and you will miss points on assignments for not having put your work through a spell and grammar check, okay? And I will be able to tell. So I am looking for that college level work, so following instructions and making sure that your grammar, spelling, and punctuation are good before you turn in your assignments will help you tremendously in the class to get the grade that you want. Number two, there's no late work in this class, like zero, none. Actually, there's two reasons I would accept late work. And this is the situation. So the work is due the following Monday. So I give all the work on Monday. I put up the new module for each week on Monday. And you have until the following Monday at 11:59 p.m. to turn in that work from the previous week. So if it appears in the syllabus during the week, that means that it's due the following week unless I tell you otherwise, okay? Because some things you'll have longer than a week to work on, and trust me, there'll be another due date next to that so you can see that you got more time. But because you have a whole week, that means that something would have to take you out for an entire week in order for me to excuse you from that. And I only accept two excuses. One is court appearances. So like if you have to go to court for jury duty or something and it lasts a week, that would be a good excuse. If you are incarcerated for a week and you get out and you're like, I was incarcerated and you can prove that, you're innocent till proven guilty in my book. So you are okay to turn in work late. But under those circumstances, I expect that, as soon as you're back, that you will turn in that work. Okay. So you do need to contact me if for whatever reason that applies to you. The other one is if you actually are sick with something serious that a doctor's note shows that it's going to be longer than a week for you to recover from. So if you have a baby, or if you have surgery, or you catch COVID-19 or whatever it is, if that happens, then you'll just show me the doctor's note and we will work something out. I also honor if your children or stepchildren are sick and you're having to care for them and that stretches longer than a week. It's not just like I had to take them to the doctor one day. Okay, that's one day. You got a whole week to do the work. So I'm not going to accept that. But if your child is in the hospital or it's something serious, then we'll talk about it and I'll probably accept your late work. Other than that, nothing else counts. So like if you have a death in the family, that kind of stuff doesn't fly as an excuse for my class, okay? And that's just because many years of teaching this class. I think I'm on, I don't know how many years I've been teaching this class, but it's over 10 years. I think I've been teaching at Chaffey for 16 years, something like that. So however long this program's been around, I've been here teaching this. So a lot of students have given me a lot of kind of lame excuses over the years. And so I've just learned that it's easier for me to just draw a line like, sorry, I don't take any excuses. But I do have extra credit as, I guess, a way for you to make up points if you miss something. I wouldn't recommend just falling back on extra credit. Like, I don't want to do this, I'm just going to do the extra credit instead. I mean, you can do that, but I would save it for if I miss something because I'm sick or something happens or whatever, I can make up that work with extra credit. So that's what the extra credit is there for. Okay, so since we got through that there, number 3 is you want to make sure you use the syllabus for due dates. And this throws a lot of students off because in Canvas, you'll see there's an assignment list, and the assignment list kind of tells you, oh, hey, you got an upcoming assignment. But the problem is that this feature glitches quite a bit. Especially because I have so many assignments in my classes. I think that's why it glitches. We have a lot of assignments in this class. They're not difficult. It's just you've got to do the work, and sometimes that work takes 10 minutes to do. Sometimes it takes an hour to do. But the point is, because there are so many assignments, the easiest and best way to make sure that you handle everything is to look at the syllabus for the week. I also put up a assignment list at the beginning of each week. So if you look in Canvas, you'll see there's an assignment list. The best way to check the assignment list and the stuff that's going on for the week is to click on the modules section. So instead of just, I know when you first get to the class, there's a home page, and on the home page, there's a bunch of week 1, week 2, week 3, and I unlock those weeks as we go through. But the problem with that is if you click on that, you kind of have to click through everything to get to the other stuff. You have to click on the lower right where it says continue or something like that. So you're just clicking and clicking and clicking. But if you want to see the whole week at a glance, where you can just kind of see, here's the layout, you want to go to the modules section. So that's what I recommend. That's what I use when I'm posting stuff for you guys. Because it's a lot easier for me to kind of see everything, and probably because I post it that way, it's probably easier for you guys to see it that way as well. So click on modules, and then there'll be a list of the open weeks. Right now you'll see the course introduction is open, and you should go through everything in that section. Also, week 1 is open, and that's where your homework for week 1 is going to be, which is to purchase your textbooks. And I think that's it for this week. There's a quiz coming up this week on the contents of week 1 in Canvas. So I highly recommend you go to modules, go to week 1, go through everything in the week. Make sure you watch the video because that is going to be on the quiz, okay? Make sure that you look at everything because I am going to be giving you just a brief quiz on what is in week 1, okay? So that's pretty much the homework, not a tough thing. So you want to make sure that you always refer to the syllabus for all of your work, because if you rely on the assignment list in Canvas, you will miss stuff. I've actually had students who are like, oh, she has surprise assignments. It's no, it's not a surprise. It's a surprise to you because you didn't look at the syllabus. All the assignments for the entire semester are in the syllabus. I've been using the same assignment list and the same syllabus for years. So nothing's changed. It's all in there. There's no mistakes, okay? So if you're wondering what's coming up, the syllabus is the place to look. Don't rely on the assignment list in Canvas, please. Glitchy, 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 glitchy. All right, so for each week, I want you to do certain things in order. This is number 4, okay? So there's a certain order. So number 1, you should always start by checking your syllabus and looking into what is due that week, okay? The readings are listed there. The topics we will be covering are listed there, and the assignments are listed there. Anything that's listed in week 1 is going to be due on Monday, week 2. Anything that's listed in week 2 is going to be due Monday on week 3. All right. So number 2, make sure you check the modules tab, like I told you, just so you can see. Oh, by the way, my cats are kind of cruising around, so I've got 4 of them, so you'll see some cats. But you want to check the modules tab on the left-hand side in Canvas. You'll see there's just a list of different things you can click on. There's grades. You can check your grades anytime. There's assignments, and a lot of people are like, I'll just go to the assignments tab and skip over modules. Don't do that, because you can't really do the assignments well without looking at the information from the modules. If it's listed in the week in the module, I expect you to go through it. So I expect you to watch any videos that are there. I expect you to do any readings that are required of you. And I expect you to do the assignments that are listed in that week, okay? You want to, okay, we're gonna have discussions each week, okay? So this week, we do have one discussion as part of the homework. That discussion is called the course intro or something, or it's like a meet and greet. So in the meet and greet, what you're going to be required to do is to set a photo in your Canvas. You have to go to your Canvas settings to do that. And I just want you to set a photo of your face, so that way I know who you are. That way, if you ever need me for anything in the future, like say you need a letter of recommendation or job recommendation or something like that, or you're trying to get into school and you need a letter for getting into school, I can handle that for you. But it's kind of tough if I don't remember who you are, if I can't remember your face. So please put a photo up of your face, so that way I can see who you are and everybody else can see who you are, since this is the only way we have to communicate right now. A lot of people have been asking me, I guess, sending me emails asking, Zoom, when are we using Zoom? Okay, here's the answer to that. You will be using Zoom to complete Success Center activities, okay? So we have 3 Success Center activities in the class that are worth half of your grade, half, okay? So it's very important that you do them. They do have set times where you have to sign up for the times ahead of time and then show up via Zoom to do the workshop. The workshops take about 45 minutes. We're going to go into more detail on how to complete those workshops next week, because they actually don't start till next week. So I kind of just have like this basic, like this is what we're going to be doing this week. And then next week, I'll give you more information because right now we're still kind of working out the details of how you guys will be accessing those workshops and completing those workshops. But you have to complete them. Each activity has a 3-week period of time where you can complete that particular workshop. You cannot complete all the workshops at the same time. I'm sorry. This is kind of a time management exercise in a way. So you have 3 weeks to schedule and complete your workshop. And then when that one's over, there'll be another additional 3 weeks for the second workshop. And when that 3 weeks is over, there's an additional 3 weeks for the third workshop. So you'll just have those 3, but you will have to separately schedule each one and separately attend each one and get it signed off by the Success Center. And they sign it off when you attend the workshop via Zoom and complete it. So if you haven't already downloaded Zoom or you don't know how to use it, in the course introduction, there's actually the download, how to download it or how to access it. Because actually, I think most computers, you don't really have to download anything anymore. You can just do it all straight online through the website. So it was pretty easy. But you do have to kind of have it ready to go. And there's also a tutorial there on how to use Zoom. So you you aren't just caught off guard completely. Most of us have used Zoom at this point. If you've taken classes at Chafee already, last semester we were all using it to kind of, keep in touch and all of that. If you do have individual meetings with me throughout the semester, which is up to you because it's not a requirement, it's just if you would like to have a personal meeting with me to talk about your progress, your goals, how you're doing in the class, etc., I am available by appointment only, so you just need to contact me. The best way to contact me is via text. I'm a texting person. Email takes me about, I would say, a week to get back to you. But text, I usually get back within, a couple hours or even a few minutes if you're quick, or if I'm quick, if I'm just right there by my phone, right? So you can text me. My number is 909-224-1204. And again, that's going to be in the syllabus for you. And it's also going to be all over Canvas, and I'll be mentioning it in a lot of videos just because I want to make sure you know how to get in touch with me and reach me quickly. So anyways, I kind of went I went off on a tangent on the Success Centers, but I wanted to talk about the discussions. So you put a picture up for this first discussion, and then you just need to read the directions carefully and then follow those directions to post your comment in Canvas. For every discussion, you are required to read through other people's posts. Once you've posted, those will show up for you. You have to post first before you can see other people's responses to the questions that are asked of you. Each discussion has a set of different questions. Some of the discussions are worth more points than others because they require more time and effort. So like if you see one of them's worth 20, it's going to be less time that you need to work on it. If you see it's worth 40, that means it's probably going to take you like an hour to complete. So it's a little longer, so you get a little extra points. Okay. So if you've never done discussions in Canvas before, it's really not that difficult to do, and the instructions are all there for you. But of course, if you have any questions, you can always ask. The discussions are really important to me that you complete because I feel like that's the best way to get engaged in the class and actually get to know some of the other people who are taking the class with you, which I think is a really important part of this class, is to know that you are not alone and that there's a lot of other students who are in the same position as you are that are also working hard to get back to a place where they're on good academic standing or good progress standing. So you're not alone, and it's good to talk to those other students. So that's why we have those. We do not have any class meetings that you have to physically be on Canvas on Zoom to attend. I will be putting all the lectures in a video format like this one, so you can watch it at your leisure whenever you have a chance. You can watch the videos. You can close caption any video, so if you have any problems with hearing things, or you just prefer to also like read while you are listening, you can just turn closed captioning on in YouTube because all my videos are through YouTube. So pretty simple. I don't know what else. Let me see. I've got more notes here. Hold on. Oh, yes. Let's talk about the known Canvas glitches. Okay, so there's some glitches in Canvas, at least with my class, that are pretty consistent from semester to semester. So I thought I would let you guys know what those are so that way you can kind of avoid them. What's going to happen is there's going to be people who are not watching this video that will make these mistakes, and they'll want me to give them credit for the assignment they did that didn't get turned in correctly or whatever. And I will say, no, I'm sorry. You should have watched the introduction video because I went over all the Canvas glitches. These are also in, I think I have like a written set of instructions as well that covers the same material that I'm covering right now in this video. So all that introduction stuff, yeah, it says the same stuff as I'm saying right now. So the first Canvas glitch is that Canvas times out. So like if you're working in Canvas, let's say you're working really hard, you're working on a journal and it's taking you a while to finish it, and your mom calls you and says, hey, can you take out the trash for me? And you're like, sure. So you grab the trash, take it out, come back, and you start to work in your journal. You finish it, you press enter, and it goes, oh, sorry, you've been logged out because you were idle for so long. And guess what's missing? That's right, all of your work. So in order to kind of circumvent this or, not have this problem, either work quickly or do your work in like another program. So like do Google Docs and work in Google Docs, or work in Microsoft Word, or work in Pages. And then when you're done, just copy and paste it into the text box. Or on a lot of assignments, you can just upload your document and it's no big deal. Second known Canvas glitch is links from Google Docs or Google Drive. Okay, so there is a way to make links in Google Drive work, but it's kind of complicated, and we're not going to worry about that until we get to the mission statement video, when I will be asking you to use Google Drive to turn in stuff. But for most assignments, do not use Google Drive links. Do not use Google Docs links. Dropbox doesn't seem to be too bad, but I would recommend just not using Dropbox links either. Just either copy and paste the whole document or upload the document itself. That means sometimes, like in Google Docs, you have to download the document in a document format. So it would be like a Microsoft Word document, like .doc or .docx at the end, and then upload it. Or like I said, you can just copy the text and paste it in. The problem with links in Google is that you have to do this really specific kind of time-consuming thing for each document each time you want to share a link in Canvas. So if you turn something in via a link and I can't access it, you're just going to get 0 points. I will not allow you to fix the link. And this is why, okay? Because I had people abusing this situation. So they were turning stuff in and giving me a link, and I was like, hey, you can't use a link. Give me the raw document. And then they would email me the document, but it would have been like 2 or 3 days later, which means they got 2 or 3 extra days to complete the assignment. And it's kind of the same students that were doing this over and over again. And I was like, okay, I'm done with this. So now the rule is, if you turn something in via a link and I cannot access it because I do not have permissions, then you're going to get a 0 on that assignment. So it's in your best interest to instead just go ahead and upload the whole document or copy and paste the text into the text box for Canvas. To turn something in on Canvas, it's really easy. You just go up to submit on the right-hand side. A text box opens. You'll see there's like and I maybe will do like a little tutorial on this where you can actually see it and I'll show you. But essentially, you had the option of using the text box or turning it in via an actual file, or turning it in via Google Docs or Google Drive. Don't use the Google Drive option, please. Just use either, and most of the time I just have available only, like you can't turn it in any other way. You can only turn it in via the text box or uploading a document, and that's it. There's no other options. So if you do choose to try to do a link, just know that most people do not know how to create a link that is shareable within Canvas from Google Docs. It doesn't work like it's supposed to. All right, the next one, this is a fun one. So Canvas, when you're uploading stuff, like you have an assignment where you're going to be turning in your books this week, okay? So you have 2 books and a day planner that you will be turning in. Essentially, the books and the day planner are going to need to be uploaded. So what I'm going to have you do is either take a photo of the books themselves, where you're holding them up. So I think I have one of the books here. Let me see. Yes, I do. So I've got the 7 Habits book right here. So this is one of your books. So what you would do is take a photo of yourself with the book. You can take all 3 books and have them all here. You have the 2 books plus the day planner. So you take your books, you take your day planner, and throw them up there. Take a selfie, and then you can upload that. So I can see that you have physically both books and the day planner. If for some reason your books and day planner don't come in time, then you can just show me either the receipt or the tracking information that shows me it's on its way. One or the other is fine by me for each book. For the day planner, if you did like purchase it on Amazon or something, it's fine if you just show me the tracking information for that. If you have physically the day planner, then just hold it up next to your face and show me. And this is just to show me that you actually have the books, not like you took a picture of something off the internet and now you have a picture of the book. Okay, so it needs to be up next to your face. So I can see your face too. I know who you are. And then you got your books. The books are actually both of them are listed in Canvas under the assignment. That tells you what your books are, and there's actually a list of all the materials that you need for the term in that assignment. So there's this book, and then there's also a book called On Course, but you want to make sure that On Course is the 8th edition. And I actually had my On Course book somewhere, but of course, now that I'm filming, it's missing. So anyway, when you upload these files, like let's say I take a separate picture of my 7 Habits book, and then I have a receipt that I want to show you, or you want to show me. So I'm going to upload those two things. If I upload, let's say I upload this one first, and then I upload the other one second, the second one, whichever the second one is going to bump the first one out. And then if I upload another one, that's going to bump this one out. So really, it's only the most recent upload that is retained in Canvas. And this is where people, I think, are going to run into a problem because it's not really intuitive and it's not like other programs. And it kind of makes no sense, but this is how it is. So what you need to do is upload the first photo, and then you'll see there's a little plus sign underneath. Just click on the plus sign that says add another item, I think. And then you'll browse and upload the second photo, and then you'll add another one, and then add the third photo. And then you're going to press upload so they all go up together. That's the only way it's going to work. And so this is kind of like this first assignment where you're uploading photos of the books is a test to see if you can figure this out. I definitely have it in the instructions for the assignment, but because a lot of people don't read the instructions, they don't figure out how to do it and they get really frustrated, or they turn in just one thing and they only get credit for one thing. So if you turn in only one photo because you did not read the instructions, you are not going to get credit for the other photos that you thought you uploaded. Okay? So you want to make sure that you upload all 3 together at the same time. You can also go back and make sure that you did it correctly. If you screw up, you have unlimited tries, so you can always resubmit the assignment if you see that you didn't do it correctly. Your files should be listed on the upper right-hand side of the screen for the assignment. So like when you go back to the assignment and you go to where you submitted, it has a little thing that says resubmit. You can click on resubmit, and on there you'll be able to see the files you already have uploaded. So you can tell whether or not there's 3 of them there or 1 of them there. Okay, so it's a little easier. All right, so the last thing that you need to know is that this class is going to take some time per week. It's going to take about 9 hours per week. And the reason I say that is because you have to go through Canvas and watch all the videos, read all the stuff on Canvas. That's probably going to take you 3 hours. And then you got to do reading. So the reading is probably about, I would say, 1.5 hours to 2 hours of reading each week. And then you've got homework, which will probably take you 1.5 hours to 2 hours. Some weeks it may take you up to 3 hours, just depending on what week it is. We do have some bigger projects, and if you don't work on the projects kind of as you go, you may have a week where you've got a lot of work because you kind of put stuff off. So that's kind of up to you though, and I guess that kind of leads me into my next topic, which is time management. So we are going to be using a day planner in here, and I actually have a separate video where I'm going to talk about the day planner and how to use it, and that is in the course introduction under, you have a day planner, here's how you use it. So I'm going to go over how to use that, but I want you to know that the day planner, you are not allowed to use a digital day planner. Okay, so you're supposed to use an actual like paper and pencil day planner, like, that actually has little squares for each day and all of that. The reason is because, well, let's face it, digital day planners, they're easier to mess up. I mean, it's a lot harder and it takes longer to enter something into a digital day planner than it does just to write it down in a physical day planner. So I think also you get distracted on your phone and stuff if you're using your phone as your day planner. So nobody wants to carry around 2 digital devices, one for their their phone and one for their day planner. So the best option is actually just to physically have a day planner where you write stuff down, at least for school. I don't know about working at everything else, but for school, it's a good idea. So we're going to work on that this semester. And if you do use your day planner throughout the term, I think you will find that things go a lot more smoothly and you actually are able to manage your time a little bit better. So overall in this class, we're going to be talking about a lot of really interesting topics, all of them having to do with you basically. So it's about getting to know yourself a little better, and it's about figuring out how to take yourself from where you are now to the next level for you, whatever that is, because for everybody it's different. We all have different paths, we all have different interests, we're all different people, and we want different things. And so some students may find that they don't really even want to be in school. School is not their thing, and they want to get the hell out of here, and that's okay with me. I mean, I'm here to help facilitate your growth. And that's what I love doing as a teacher, is to help students grow and be the best students that they could possibly be. So what I can tell you is that most students who get through this class and get to the end, they're not the same people as they were when they began the class. So it's really hard to make it from the beginning to end of the class without seeing a miraculous change in you occur. I mean, it's happened, but it's rare. Most of the time, people will change, not just a little bit, but a great deal. I don't know if it's just the self-reflection of looking in on yourself and saying, what am I doing? Why am I like this? What do I really want? How do I get there? What are the steps that I need to take to achieve the goals that I have set for myself? Because this isn't about other people. This is about you. It's about what is best for you. And the only person that knows the answers to those questions is you. So I'm just going to be basically saying, here's a bunch of material. This is stuff that's designed to help you get to know yourself better. This is material that's going to facilitate your growth. And it's really up to you whether you want to actually do the growing or not. If you're not ready, that's okay. You can leave anytime you like. No one's forcing you to stay here. This is your choice. So because you're choosing to be here, that means that you really want to change and you would like to see yourself, I guess, get back on track and get to the level that you deserve to be at. And if that's how you feel, then you're in the right place, because I am really good at helping people with that. I've been teaching this class a long time, like I said, and it never gets boring, never gets old to see students grow and change. I don't know why you're here, really. I don't know what got you here, but I do know that whatever situation you're in is temporary. It really is. And it happened in the past. And as far as I'm concerned, the past is not relevant to me and how I see you. So yeah, you can tell me this happened in the past, but I'm seeing you now, where you are now. So right now, you have a clean slate with me, and we're starting off with me just getting to know you a little bit for who you are. And so whatever you choose to show me is what I'm going to see. And I am not judging you based off of anything from your past, only off of what you show me now, if that makes sense. So that being said, I also want to say that mistakes, whatever mistakes that you've made, you're not alone. Like, we all make mistakes. I make mistakes all the time. But the point of mistakes is that they are actually there to guide you. When you make a mistake, it's feedback where you're like, okay, I'm going this direction. Oops, wrong turn. Let me turn back around. So you learn by going down the wrong path. That's the wrong path and you shouldn't go that way. And you learn to recognize that path next time it comes along so you don't go down it again. We learn from our mistakes and we become stronger, better, and more efficient because of them. So just because you're here and you've made some mistakes in terms of school does not mean that it's over for you, or that you are stupid, or that you can't do this. It just means you're a human being and you made some mistakes. So what? So what? We all make them. And so luckily Chaffey is an amazing college that recognizes the fact that people do make mistakes and that we should be able to redeem ourselves from those mistakes. So you guys have an excellent opportunity here to do so. and I'm excited to facilitate that for you and help you. And of course, if you need anything, like I said, please reach out to me. I'm happy to do personal meetings anytime. A good place to, or a good time to do one is now before things get busy. And that way I can get to know you a little bit, and we can start the process of guiding you into the right path or the right direction that you want to go on. So, one thing I want you to think about is, what do you want to learn out of this class? Like, what would be cool to learn while you're here? Or what did you think you were going to learn when you first like heard, oh, you're going to take a guidance class? What did you think? A lot of students they're not too happy about being in this class. They're kind of bummed out. They feel like it's sort of like, oh, I'm a failure. This is, it's miserable. This is going to suck. They have a really negative attitude about it. But I'm just going to like reframe for you here. And that reframing means we're going to look at it in a different light. And we're going to see things for what they actually are. Okay. So even though you may not be too excited to be in this class, it's not going to last long, because you're going to see that this class is actually here for you to get you thinking about what you want to do, and get you setting goals, and get you planning out how you're going to achieve those goals, and figuring out your time management plan that's going to help you to actually structure your time and your days so you're actually working on the goals that you really want to achieve. Whether that's you want to be a music artist, or a regular artist, or a makeup artist, or whether that's I want to be an astrophysicist or a scientist. It doesn't really matter what you want to do. This class is designed to help everybody identify their goals and work towards achieving those goals. So I want you to think about, what do I want to get out of this class? What kind of goals do I want to achieve? What sort of things are holding me back from achieving the goals that I want to achieve? And for a lot of us, it's our thought process, how we think about ourselves and how we think about the world. So week one's material is going to talk about growth mindset. And growth mindset is basically the belief that intelligence is changeable, and that with practice we can become, good at anything we want. And lately, I've been practicing a lot of new skills that I never thought that I would practice. For one, I had never learned to do makeup my entire life, so I've been working on that the past, I think I started in like March when we had the lockdown and everything. I'm like, well, now's a good time to work on learning to do makeup, and I'm getting better. So over time, like, I hope that I continue to grow and get better. We never stop growing. We never stop changing. Our goals may change, but that's because maybe we've mastered the other ones that we already, set for ourselves. When we master one goal, then it's on to the next goal and the next goal. So if you think about it, life is really a series of achieving different goals, and we can only work on so many goals at a time. So we do have to kind of think about, all right, where do I want my focus to be right now? So there's a lot of other students who have taken this class that have written some testimonials about their experience in the class. And I did include those in our week one stuff. I think the most relevant for you guys would be to look in the, I think it's a Guidance 507 from, well, actually, there's a few of them. So honestly, you can look at all of them, or you can look at one of them. It doesn't really matter, but there's basically like 3 classes worth. I think I included all of last year's testimonials for you. So that way you can kind of see, I'm not just making this up. There are students who have actually graduated from Chaffey who went through this program. There are students who have gotten master's degrees. I don't know of any that have PhDs at this point, but what I can tell you is that if you put into practice the things that this program is trying to teach you, that you will be successful in whatever you decide you want to be successful in. Because I feel like this class is something that maybe everybody should get a chance to take, but they don't. It's really just for you students who have kind of gone a little bit off the path. And so you're lucky in a way. So even if like you're like, man, this sucks, I can't believe I'm here. If that's how you feel, trust me, you're so lucky. You're so fortunate that you get to be here. This is an exciting opportunity for you to learn about yourself and learn some skills that are going to help you, not just right now, but for the rest of your life, to be successful at anything you choose to be. That's pretty cool. All right. So on that note, as my computer just went into sleep mode, please excuse me. There we go. I'm going to say goodbye. And I do invite you to, if you need anything from me or if you'd like to set up a personal meeting, my phone number is 909-224-1204. I respond to text. You can also call me. Okay? Bye.